Hey guys, so this is my lead management system that I built so that you can track new leads, where they came from, your KPIs, be able to visually see where all of your sellers are at in the pipeline, as well as take detailed notes and keep everything clean and organized in your business. So this is how to use the lead management system. I recommend that you get the Notion app on your phone, and then you can pull it up on the go wherever you're at, whenever, and type in, when you get a new seller, you can just type it in right then there. Okay, so how to use it. Where it says new leads, the table below it, you'll just come in here. When you get a new seller lead, you'll click new, you'll type in the seller name, so Taylor Swift. You'll enter in where that lead came from if that's important to you. So Facebook group, a new seller comes in, maybe it's Olivia. We have a lot of, okay, it doesn't really matter. Cornelia, direct mail. So you'll just, when you get a new seller, enter it in. And then it's going to automatically populate as not through script under step, and it's automatically going to populate a follow-up date 30 days from when you enter in that lead. So with Notion, this is my favorite thing ever. With Notion, on the first column, if you hover over it, it says open. If you click open, you get this side page that comes up, and there's more properties, and you can take detailed notes down here. Detailed notes, yada yada. Fun fact about Notion: if you click the little slash button, this is my favorite thing. You get all of these amazing, beautiful things that you can play around with. Or you can create your own template, your own notes template, or you can use the one that I created. It's very simple, just some basic stuff that you might want to collect when talking with a seller. And then there's more properties up here. So we have source. And right now I just put in some basic ways that you might get your leads from. So maybe it's a Facebook group, social media, direct mail, text. You can type in your own, and you can change the color, or you can delete. So the world is yours. And then right here, you can take like at a glance notes. So I like to take detailed notes down here, and then quick notes up here. So seller said yes to terms. She needs 13K down up front. So now when I look at this seller really quickly, I can look at the notes and recall the conversation that I had previously with her. Then there's step. So right now we have not through script, follow-up column, call scheduled, review, high priority, needs more information, contract sent out, under contract, closed, and lost. You can change that if you want. You can delete. You can add steps, and you can change colors. And then there's a closing call property where you can track the closing calls that happened versus the ones that didn't happen. And then you'll be able to filter that and be like, these are all the sellers that I've had a closing call with. I need to follow up with them rapidly so that we can get a contract sent out. Or these are all the sellers that I missed an appointment with. I want to follow up with those rapidly so that I can get on a closing call. And then you have some date formulas here. So there's closing call date, date contract sent out, date that it went under contract, date closed, and date lead came through. So those are going to help you track your KPIs. It automatically populates date lead came through as the date that you enter the seller in. If for some reason you need to change that, you can change it. And then with Notion, you can add your own properties. So you can click add and then change the title, type again. You can have fun with creating whatever property you want. And you can delete properties by clicking delete. So that is that. We'll say with Taylor, because she said yes to terms, she needs 13K down up front, that she is someone who is a high priority and somebody that I want to review a little bit more thoroughly. And like I said, it automatically populates a follow-up date as 30 days from now. So you can change that. Maybe I want to follow up with her tomorrow. So that's pretty much that with tracking new leads, and then opening up the side page, seeing more of like the contact card. You can close that off. And then you have the lead management system, where you can visually see where all of your sellers are at, what you need to do with them at a glance. So there's different views. So this is lead management, and then this is track metrics. I'm going to go to lead management. And then these right here, these are just all of the steps. So there's not through script, there's follow-up column, call scheduled, review, needs more info, high priority, contract sent out, under contract, closed, lost. So everything that was right here. Now, the way it works is with not through script, whenever you enter in a new lead, so we'll say Meredith, who came in through text. So she's going to automatically come through not through script with a follow-up date of September 10th. Now, the reason Taylor isn't there is because we moved her to high priority and review. So she would be right here. Which looks like we have two Taylors right now because I'm obnoxious. And then the way the follow-up column works is that you are going to see everyone that you need to follow up with on that day, or anyone that I needed to follow up with like yesterday or a week ago that I haven't gotten around to follow up with. So if I were to move Meredith to the follow-up column, I'm not going to see her in this column until 30 days from now. So she won't be there. But if I go to track metrics, you'll have everyone there. So there's 8, and Meredith is in here. If I needed to follow up with Meredith today, then now she's going to be in my follow-up column for today. So that's pretty much that. This is pretty much self-explanatory from there. You can move them around. If I have a call scheduled, move it to call scheduled. If I need to review it, etc. And then tracking metrics. Oh wait, before I get to that. So the way that I like to see these little contact cards right here is that I like to see the quick notes, so that I can go to Brittany and at a glance see that she said yes to terms. She wants a $300 a month payment for 7 years at $25,000. I want to see that like right when I look at the board, and see that the closing call happened versus Joe looks like he was a missed appointment. And then it also shows here the date that I need to follow up with them. So if you don't want to see what I like to see when I'm looking at the lead management system, you can come to these 3 little dots here and then go to properties. And then right now it's showing notes, closing call, follow-up date. If you don't want to see closing call, you can take that off. If you don't want to see notes, you can take that off, etc. But I do like to yes, okay. And follow-up date. Cool. And then you can track metrics or search here in the board view. Or you can track metrics / search in the list view. I personally like to do the list view. So the way it works is that you have these little filter systems right here. If for some reason you don't see it, you might just have to click this little filter button, and then it'll either disappear or it'll pop up. So if I wanted to go in and track my metrics for the month, I might go to source, social media. I can see that 2 people have come through social media versus 18. What? 5. Okay. 5 that came through as Facebook group. And then date lead came through. You can go, date lead came through is within, either you can do a custom range, or you can go to the little arrow and go within the past month and see that 15 came through within the past month. Clear that range. You can go to closing call date, see how many closing calls you've had that month. Go to the past month and see that you had 5 new closing calls the past month. Clear that range. You can do date the contract sent out within the past month, and you see that 2 were sent out in the past month. Clear. And you can play around with it. Maybe you want to do the past week, and looks like 1 has closed, or 1 there's been 1 that went under contract in the past month. but you can do closed because there's a property for that. Date closed within the past month is 1. And then clear that range. You can create your own filters based off of what you're trying to track right here. I think I have all of them, but you can play around with that, create your own properties. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, you can track sellers, track where they're coming from, track all your KPIs, visually see what's going on with each of your sellers. The dog I'm sitting for is barking right now. But that is it. I hope you guys like it. Please let me know. Yeah, I hope you guys find it helpful. Bye, guys.